AITA for not telling my parents I was hospitalized for a week to prove a point. I live in another city, while my parents, both in their late 50s, still live in my hometown. We actually have a really good relationship overall. I usually fly home every Christmas. We talk often, and there's no major family drama. But there's one thing about them that has driven me and everyone else in our family insane for years. They are completely careless with their phones. They'll leave their phones in another room all day, leave them on silent by accident, or forget to charge them, so the battery dies for an entire day. Sometimes it'll call 5 or 6 times before someone finally answers hours later. I've talked to them about it many times because they don't have a landline, so their cell phones are literally the only reliable way to reach them. Yes, I understand they come from an older generation and aren't exactly tech-savvy. They didn't grow up attached to phones the way younger people did. But they're not that old, and I still feel like if your cell phone is your only form of communication, you should at least keep it charged and within hearing distance. I've told them things like, what if there's an emergency? Or what if someone urgently needs to contact you? They always brush it off and act like I'm overreacting. Last month, I got severe food poisoning and ended up hospitalized for a week. It wasn't life-threatening, but I was pretty miserable. While I was in the hospital, I tried calling both of them multiple times over 2 days. No answer. One phone was dead. The other apparently was left somewhere in the house. At that point, I got frustrated and honestly just gave up trying. Now, to be fair, I could have contacted my aunt, who lives near them, and she absolutely would have told them. But after years of this same issue, I decided not to. Part of me thought, maybe this is the only way they'll finally understand why people keep their phones accessible. Yesterday, I was talking to my mom on the phone and casually mentioned, oh yeah, last month I was hospitalized for food poisoning for about a week. She completely freaked out and got really angry that I never told them. I explained that I did try to contact them repeatedly, but they didn't answer. She said I still should have called my aunt because this was an emergency. I admitted that I could have done that, but I intentionally didn't because I wanted them to finally realize how irresponsible they are with their phones. That made her even angrier. She said I used my hospitalization to prove a point and scared them unnecessarily. My dad thinks we're both being stubborn. I honestly didn't think it was that huge of a deal since I recovered fine and it wasn't life-threatening. But now, I'm wondering if I took the lesson too far. AITA, discuss in the comment section below, and I'll pin the most upvoted comment. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to hear more stories animated and read by AI.